Now a man who's been at more negotiating tables than Arthur Scargill. A man who has broken bread with the men behind the Super Six in about 6 different countries and somehow remained sane. All in a mighty effort to keep the Super Six on track. People said it couldn't be done. Well, these guys made it happen. They kept boxing's best event going. It's Carl's promoter, Mick Hennessy, live from Helsinki, where he's wrapped up, no doubt looking like Dr. Zhivago. Mick!
You're right, Steve.
I'm told it's a bit...
My finish is definitely not as good as yours, though.
It's a cracker, isn't it? And the thing is, I'm not even inventing that. Oh, Mick, I tell you what, mate, it's not been an easy 18-odd months, has it? It's been fantastic for fans, but it must have caused you some sleepless nights. Yeah,
it's been chaos, to be honest. But, you know, the concept's fantastic with this Super Six, but it's because it's such an elite level, and the fights are just so hard and punishing, and they're back-to-back fights. You know, they're going from one great fight to another great fight.
Yeah.
There's obviously lots of things have sort of like come up that, you know, probably weren't anticipated from the off. Basically, the amount of injuries that were going to happen because of the grueling fights, and also not only that, you know, so much becomes at stake as the tournament opens.
As you edge closer to the end.
Yeah. And you know, everyone's all of a sudden, you know, from Abraham going out to Detroit, really confident and sort of like taking it all in his stride, and then getting beaten by Darrell, and then coming back and a complete change of attitude. You know, wants everything at home all of a sudden, because obviously, one, he didn't travel well, and two, you know, he felt that was a major factor. So, you know, the tournament's sort of like been changing from sort of like week to week, and there's a lot at stake, and it has been hard. But I really do believe that right now, you know, Glenn Johnson, after what he'd done to Green, he's a very good addition. And apart from that, I think we still have got the 3 best and most exciting fighters in the tournament, with Cole, Abraham and Ward. Mick,
how does it work? A couple of listeners, Rob Palmer, 1 or 2 other people have sent in emails and texts. How does it work? If Carl wins, who does he fight in the semi-final? Do we know?
No one knows. I mean, we were sort of like working the logistics out with Showtime earlier today. But, you know, if Carl wins by knockout, you know, there's one route he'll go. If he wins by point, there's another. If he lost, you know, there's another. I mean, you know, if he won by knockout, I would imagine that he'd be number 2 in the list behind Ward, and he would probably end up fighting someone like Johnson in his next fight. So, I mean, I'd love it to end up that way. I'd love Cole to fight someone like Johnson and to have Ward in the final. That would be our ideal situation.
Yeah, and Joe Neal's asking, I'm going to ask you about this, and I'll come back to Froch in the end. What about Fury, Tyson Fury next fight? He's not on the undercard out there, is he?
No, he's not, but he's actually in Austria at the moment in the Klitschko training camp, and he is fighting, it's going to be announced shortly, he's fighting December the 18th in Montreal on the Pascal Hopkins card, which is
another question.
Is going to be,
go on, Mick.
Yeah, sorry.
No, December 18th.
Be shown over here.
That's brilliant. Oh, what, on the Pascal Hopkins thing? Okay, so let's hope that's prime time. Mick, and another thing, Rob Palmer wants to know, Darren Barker latest, John O'Donnell. Is it British title for John O'Donnell?
Yeah, John O'Donnell's fighting Craig Watson, and that's going to be on the 5th of February at Wembley.
Brilliant. Now, listen, Mick, you're out there. You've been around Carl from way before he was even a big amateur. I'm talking about up in Liverpool at the semi-finals a couple of years before he made his name as a top amateur. You've been around him. You've seen him in highs and lows, very high and very low. How is his state of mind right now, Mick?
You know, I feel really good about this one. For me, this is the best I've seen him since Pascal. You know, everything went great for the Pascal fight. The camp we had at Braithian Island, the sparring, everything was fantastic. And we just knew, I mean, we all knew how good Pascal was going into that fight.
Of course you did.
But we just knew that everything went according to plan, and we knew Carl was going to win the fight because, you know, when he's right, he's for me, he's unbeatable when he's 100%. But similar to this, he's in great shape. He's had great sparring. You can just see the confidence oozing out of him. You know, no corners have been cut. He's, you know, a lot of these fights he's been going into with injuries, and for a change. Not this time. He basically took time out to get himself 100% right.
All right, listen, Mick, it's a pleasure, and it's on prime time this weekend, which is, you can easily subscribe to that. It's out there. Mick, listen, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you tomorrow evening.
Yeah, look forward to it, Steve.
Thank you. Mick Hennessy there, who promotes Carl Froch. Now.